Hi, I'm Dr. Dick, and this is my kitchen. I'm going to be showing you a few of the new Pampered Chef products that are now being sold in September, and as well as using a few of my old favorites to make pizza. And what we'll be using today is the new medium pizza stoneware from Pampered Chef. It's a new great change to the stoneware because not only is it more resistant to heat, it is also good for your dishwasher, good for washing in the dishwater with soap. So there have been a few changes to make it a bit better product. And what I'll be doing today is actually preheating it in the oven so that we can cook our pizza just like in a real pizza oven using a pizza peel, which is also a new product from Pampered Chef. And at the same time showing you the blender that I've been using and loving, as well as other products to prepare. So what I'll be doing is preparing a quick homemade pizza sauce using the cooking blender. And as that's happening, what I'll do is get my dough ready, my toppings ready, put my stoneware in the oven to preheat, and we'll have pizza before we know it. So let's start with our simple pizza sauce. So for the pizza sauce, all I'm going to be doing is just adding some tomatoes, canned tomatoes. These ones here are diced. You can buy the ones that have already a bit of seasoning in it. I'm just using the basic ones here because I want to add my own seasonings. So you just add the tomatoes to the cooking blender. I just added a few different spices. One is the Italian seasoning mix that comes from Pampered Chef, and a bit of basil just for extra seasoning. And adding a few cloves of garlic. You don't have to mince them, you just have to put it in the blender itself. And all I'm going to do now is start my blender. And once the sauce is going to be cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to get all my other things ready and we'll be able to start making our pizza. So just to make the sauce, very simple, close the lid and the lid's going to tell you, or the blender's going to tell you that everything's ready. I'm going to turn my dial until I reach the sauce setting on the blender, and once that's done, I'll just click start. It'll start heating and blending and we'll have sauce within no time. So here we go. My sauce has finished cooking in the cooking blender. It took about 30 minutes by the time that it was done. It smells really good and the taste is great. So a good, easy way to make your own pizza sauce. And this one here made quite a bit more than just for this pizza. So what you can do after you've done it, you can store it, and you can store it just using the silicone prep bowls that you can put in the freezer afterwards to store them. We usually have 6, but the other ones are filled with good raspberry jam that we made the other day. So if you can store them in these, you can put them in the freezer for future use. So what I'll do now, my dough has already been made, and you can choose any kind of pizza dough that you prefer. And to roll it out, you can use your fingers, or I'm going to be using today the pastry roller, and also using the Pastry Mat that can be very useful to measure out things like your pizza dough or your pie doughs. It has measurements on it in metric and in inches also, so you can use those if you like. And it's also heat resistant, so let's say you want to do things like candies, you can use this mat for this. So what I'm going to do is just roll up my dough to about 12 inches so that it can fit on my peel and on the stoneware that's in the oven preheating right now. And after that's done, we'll be able to enjoy our pizza. So let's try rolling this pizza dough. The roller comes with a larger roller end, so it's easier to roll things like pizzas or larger doughs. It also comes with a smaller end if you want to just kind of work on your either pie crust or anything like that for the smaller corners. On the bottom, it has a bit of an attachment that you can either use for decorating your pie crust, or you can also use the fork end, just to poke holes in your pie crust so that it cooks evenly. So that's a good little attachment to have there. So I'll just keep on rolling my dough. And once my dough is rolled to the appropriate size, I'm just going to transfer it to my pizza peel. So you might have noticed that I did put on my pizza peel some cornmeal, and that's simply to make sure that, first of all, it doesn't stick to the peel itself, but also to the stoneware. And it also makes a bit of a crust under your pizza crust so that it's a bit crispier if you like it that way. So once my pizza dough is rolled out, I'll transfer it to my peel. So now that my pizza's on the peel, I'll just put some sauce on it and finish with the toppings. The toppings, I'll just do a simple pizza today, just making it simple with mozzarella. I've kind of balled the mozzarella using the corn more, just using the melon ball side. I just did a few chunks of mozzarella so that we'll be able to put on our pizza, and different toppings. This can be any toppings of your choosing, but today this is the simple pizza that I'll be making. So using the straining ladle, it measures up to a cup, so that if you want to use your storing silicone bowls, this is perfect to measure out. It has a pouring spout on one side and a straining area on the other, and that's good if you want to make broths so that you can strain out your vegetables or any other things that you have in your broth. And it's really good to keep all the good liquid while keeping your vegetables out of there. So just to use it just for my pizza sauce, I'm just going to take a bit of the sauce, pour it onto my pizza, and just using the ladle, I'm just going to spread a bit of the sauce. It's still a bit warm, so that's nice, but I don't want to use it too long on my dough, so I don't want to start cooking it. So I'm going to keep on decorating or putting the toppings on my pizza, and before we put it in the oven, we'll come back to you. I finished preparing my pizza. I just made it simple with a bit of prosciutto, pepperoni, a bit of mozzarella cheese, and if you have basil leaves, that's great. You can put fresh basil leaves on it. I just sprinkled a bit of fresh basil that I had here, and now we're going to put it on our preheated stone that's in the oven. So here we go. There we go. So now all we have to do is let it cook for about 12 to 15 minutes. My pizza's ready, so now we just have to take it out of the oven with the peel. Just a quick little slide, and that's all there is to it. What's nice about these new stoneware pans, this is an example of the personal sized one. It has an edge on the back so that when I slide the pizza in or take it out, it won't go further than the edge. And the new pans, like the newer versions, also have the handle, so those are also really good to use. And what's nice about having had a heated stone in the oven, it cooked the bottom of the crust perfectly. So now all we have to do is cut our pizza and eat it. We had a lot of sauce left over that we're already ready to store in our little silicone bowls that we're going to put in the freezer. A little bit of leftover for dipping our pizza. Already cleaned my blender using the heated clean option on it. So everything's ready. All we have to do is enjoy the pizza. So using the Crust and pizza cutter, I'm just going to simply cut the crust if you need to, or just roll the roller through the pizza. And all we have to do is serve and enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed these new products from Pampered Chef. I know I will. We're going to be using it a lot, and hopefully you're going to see more videos to come soon. Have a great evening. Bye.